How are you doing, everyone? It's me, the Domo Taku, here today to talk about the next episode of Love Live Sunshine. And before I do anything else, bravo, they almost made me on the verge of crying tears of joy or sadness or whatever the frick it was. But let me get it straight here, guys. I am a sucker for slice of life, okay, guys? I can't help it. That's just my thing. Key and everything they do, that's probably it. But wow, I gotta say that I'm really liking this episode. It was just really good, and I was on the verge of tears in the end, and the emotions that really went through this episode, they feel really good. They're really good. So in this episode, we get to see all 9 members of Awkward finally come together in joining Awkward, and we get to see the third years finally get over the dilemma and their conflict of their past history and their background and whatnot, and their history that they had back in the days when they were once before Awkwards, interestingly enough. So let me see this through. So the conflict between the third years that made them separate and split up their idol group and sever their friendship basically is because they care about each other so much and their futures, and that was really like, wait, this is seriously how they broke up. So the incident where they couldn't sing in Tokyo, there's more to the backstory where basically Mari hurt her leg and they basically Kana didn't sing because she didn't want to put Mari through any more stress and like worsen her injury and whatnot. And after all that happened, it was sort of like a back-to-back conflict about Mari and Kana and Dia, where it's like, oh, they gave up being idols because they didn't sing at the Tokyo thing and they failed, right? They gave up after a failure and a loss, and she was like sort of disappointed at that, and she wanted to bring them back together because even after just one mistake and one failure, they gave up, and that wasn't like them. And then of course on the other side, from Kanan's point of view, it was sort of like the slice of life element where they're all worried about each other's futures, and of course that makes sense of them being third years, that they had to consider these things like they did in the original Love Live series. I really like that sort of element they always think about, because if you have like a slice of life show, right, let's say anything that like Love Live, right, that take place in high school, and then in the original Love Live they always had to think about like the third years and their future and what they're going to do after they graduate or continue becoming school idols and whatnot. That was amazing. I like those sort of elements where they think ahead of the series and whatnot, or they sort of head into the lives of these girls and or these characters, and like their whole personal life. It makes it seem real, right? And in Love Live, the second season and the movie, I really liked it how they had that conflict in the second season of the original series, where the third year is going to graduate next year. We're going to be idols for this year. We're going to go for Love Live. What are we going to do in this time? And then that was a really dramatic thing. And then when they decided to do the things they did in the movie and whatnot, that was really good. In this same setting here, we have the same thing where the third years, well, specifically Mari. So Mari has been given so many like opportunities, scholarships, or like invitations to like schools, colleges, or other places that could get her into college and then graduate and then lead a probably successful life, right? But instead, she chose to go for the school idol route. She wants to become a school idol with her friends and save the school. Kana did not like this and took it on her own behalf to distance herself from herself and disband the group and hopefully drive Mari to leading a better life because she cares for her. And that's like so like thing. I was like, okay, fine, fair enough. So we see that play out, right? So we see Kana really does want to go back to being a school idol, but of course her care and love for Mari, her best friend and childhood friend, takes that away. And she'd rather see her be successful and happy in the future than them being school idols and whatnot. And of course Mari did not approve of that, and they have some interesting stuff go on in this show. So I don't remember if there was like, if anyone gets like hit in the original series, but freaking Mari slaps the hell out of Kanan. I was like, oh shit, this is getting real. I don't think I've ever seen that, but I might be wrong. In the original series, someone might have got slapped. Maybe. I'm pretty sure someone did, but it was pretty dramatic to see like Mari slap Kanan on the face, and I was like, oh shoot, this is getting serious. So yeah, like the really emotional part this episode was the conversation and talk between Mari and Kanan, where they finally both confront each other and talk about their feelings, about how they care about each other so much, and they don't care about you know, their future or graduating and whatnot. They want to become school idols together. They want to, you know, save their school together. They want to be friends again and whatnot. And they have the touching moment where Kanan asks for a hug, and yeah, that was at the point where I was gonna cry. I was like, oh, like, because in the, I forgot what episode it was, but yeah, Mari asked for or wanted to hug Kanan, right? But then she rejected her. She walked away. I was like, oh, that's pretty sad. But in this episode, you see that things turn around, and you know, they hug it out, and that was pretty touching. And then they join Awkward, and they have a song in the end. So the song is the freaking strawberry on top of the milkshake, or whatever the freaking phrase is. But yeah, the song was a really good representation of how the episode went, with like this emotional stuff going on and resolving friendships and them and whatnot, right? And the song was really joyful and whatnot. I really liked the song because it seemed really good and placed timed right with the setting and the mood of the episode and it was going. So yeah, like when they had the song, I was like, oh, this is really good. Like, this is a good thing for like that emotional, touchy part with Mari and Kanan. And then you had the song where they're all there, and then there's like, it sounds really happy and whatnot. It really did. So you have all 9 members of Awkwards here now, and that's it. That's really it. So now they have all 9 members assembled. Begs the question. So I'm assuming that this series is gonna go for 12 episodes, just like the first original season did. So we're on episode 9. So that means there are 3 episodes left. I do not see a specific goal for Awkwards and whatnot. I only see them trying to get more fans or become better and become thing, right? I don't know if they're intending to win Love Live, but you know, they basically have all 9 members here assembled, so now they can get serious and ready to work, and I cannot wait to see how it works. So interestingly enough, their group name, the third year's group name, was Awkwards before, and I just find it funny how like they forced that name to Chica and them, and now they're all like, Awkwards is back again, but with 9 people and the original people. So it's really, you know, it's funny. But yeah, I really liked this episode. I really do. I'm once again a sucker for slice of life stuff, and you know, I was gonna cry. I was on the verge of crying with that stuff. You know, it was like, how could you resist that scene where they're like, oh, give me a hug, and it's like, oh, that's emotional and whatnot. So 3 episodes left. Will there be a second season? Who knows? Will they win Love Live? Who knows, guys? That's about it for this video. We will have to find out what happens next week on Love Live Sunshine. So anyway, guys, like the video if you liked this episode and that emotional scene between Mari and Kana. These two, these guys are adorable. I like them. I like these two too much. They have a really good friendship dynamic and backstory thing that really makes their like emotional thing, like, it was pretty cool. It was really emotional and whatnot. So subscribe, because next week we'll talk about episode 10. We'll see how many new songs they got. You want to miss some Saint Snow or whatever. We'll see you then, guys. So anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video on the Domotaku Anime channel. So take care, guys, and matane.